Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is goddamn time for the motherfucking string boys, and we got something for you. Let's jam, boys. Oh, fuck, ow, oh, shit, hold on, I hit myself. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a goddamn string. And boys, do we got something planned today. We got a new one. And we got a good one. It's Mr. Immatamon. I butchered your name, but that's all right. You are the special. You are the prince of today's stream because you're new. I might have a little brown on my nose after this by how much I'm going to jerk you off, but it's fine because we like doing that. We like jerking off making people feel special. Let's go ahead and end that song. What is up, guys? How we doing? Lewis, welcome. Muchiro, welcome. How you guys doing? Almost wrecking. I go for the gold. True. Big facts, big facts. But what is up, man? What is up, Enamon? How you doing? Monster 2. Welcome. Hello. I didn't say hi to you earlier. Enamon, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, so we got a couple things planned out for today, boys. The first thing that we're going to be doing is talking about something very special, something very important, and that is Dark Souls 2. All right, now Enamon said, bet, your opinion sucks. I hate you. In fact, I spit on your cow and I kick your dog in its kidneys. That's basically what he said. Not verbatim, but I'm pretty sure that's what he meant to say. And if you say I'm wrong, I might ban you. Maybe. I don't know. I have to think about it. But I like a little debate. So we're going to be debating on the topic of Dark Souls 2. And is it a good game? And what's bad about it and what's good about it? Now, I am going to say this first and foremost. 100% I'm using this as clout for my video. Because, hey, if I can farm content, you best I'm about to do it. Do you like Dark Souls 2? I don't know if you have ever seen Lion King, but that's where my name is from. Hold on. I got it. I know what we got to do. Hold up. Everyone just shut the fuck up. Just gotta. What? How does Google say it? How does Google say it? Hold up. We're gonna just do it. We're just gonna do this real quick.
Intimon.
Well, that's how Google says it, and that's how we're going to say it. Google is never wrong. Name one time it was ever wrong. Correct, never was. Intimon. I'm going to call you Mon. All right, Mon. Hello, welcome. Your name is from the Lion King 2. You kicked a god. Oh my god. But yes. Don't worry, it'll be a fun little debate. I'm not gonna point fingers and make you feel bad. I might threaten you a little bit, but that's fine. You know, it is what it is. Tim Owen? It's like Timon. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Oh, but first and foremost, Dallas. What is up, Dallas? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I think first Tim. You know, I'm gonna call you Tim. Tim, can you shout me out, please? Why should I shout you out, Dallas? Why should I shout you out? Give me a reason. But Tim, we have to knight you. We first have to knight you, all right, Tim? Because you joined our Discord. And for everyone that joins the Discord, I knight you. So let's find some badass, awesome Witcher-like music. Tim, the new member of the Seven Kingdoms, the one who has joined the Ink Ninja Kingdom, not clan because that sounds kind of racial. I now knight you as Knight Tim of the Ink Kingdom. Go forth and spread the good name of me. Because I am the best and I am the greatest, and everyone that disagrees, banned. Alright. It's done. Alright, what do we got? All hail Tim. Hell yeah, sup. Hey, you got a follower, Tim. You got a follower. We got Sup over here in Dallas. What's up, guys? How you doing? What's up? All hail Knight Tim. You know, there's nothing more threatening than a guy named Tim. You know, I heard that is the sexiest name in the world. If I was to look up top sexiest names in the world, Tim is probably there. But anyway, enough of this foreplay, enough jamming around. Guys, we have some stuff we got to talk about. So we're gonna go ahead and start it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been some debate around the Souls community. Ever since the inception of the dinosaurs, which basically, if you're around the time of Dark Souls 2 Corruption, you're an old guy, all right? You're an old fart, you're a boomer. I am as well, all right? I'm just going to lay it out there. But there has been a debate that everyone has had, and that is whether or not Dark Souls 2 is a good game. Is it a good Souls game? Is it just good? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, because my opinion matters on the internet, we will be debating why Dark Souls 2 is or isn't a good game. Now, we do have someone new in the stream called Tim. Tim has decided to battle me in a game of wits of why it is a good Souls game. However, I'm about to dunk him on factual facts. And that is my opinion is obviously the best and everyone else is wrong. Obviously. But it's all right, Tim. I'm ready. I'm willing to accept the challenge. Most threatening name is Chihuahua named Cupcake. Hey, I don't know, man. Have you ever seen a Chihuahua? Those guys stand on business. All right. Let's go ahead and begin our discussion. So, Tim, this is what I'm going to do. I'm first going to talk about my opinion on Souls games. I will separate them into different segments so we have time to talk about each individual one. And then at the end, when I've made my case about whether or not where I stand, you will give me your take. You'll give me your opinions, and we'll go line for line. And of course, everyone else, if you have an opinion on Dark Souls 2, you're more than allowed to throw it out. Also, for some reason, Sup, your comment is not showing up on my thing over here, so go ahead and click the channel and go to the big screen. Not the little screen, not the small one, but the ED advocated one. Yes, erectile dysfunction, meaning we take large Hims medicine for the big screen. Because I don't know why your chat's not showing up. I don't know. But if you go in there, it will show up. Yeah, it didn't even show up on mine. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, let's begin. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about Dark Souls 2 as a whole. And that is it even a good game? Well, what's defined good game? Let's define the parameters of what makes a game good. It needs to be enjoyable. And you have subtext of fun, you like the music, yada, 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 whatever. But that is a very opinionated option of what makes a good game. Can you see this? I can't see it now. Yo, what is up? Chica, how you doing? But the first thing, it needs to be a good game. Or a fun game. Second of all, mechanically, does it make sense? I think we can all agree, if you're walking on grass and your character randomly falls through the level, that's not mechanically sound. Now, I'm not saying that is what happens in Dark Souls 2. But we're just drawing a black and white guideline that everyone can agree with before we get into the greedy. Very subjective, very. I think everyone can agree on that. And then the third main point is, this is a more of a nuanced thing that doesn't really apply to this, but let's take a game and let's say, does it have an agenda? Is it pressing something that has a real world concern? Again, we're not going to talk about much on this one. We're just going to go by, but I do want to bring it up. If a game would say the new Dragon Age pushes a lot of woke agenda, that's going to have a lot of turbulence with an audience. No matter how good it is, if you can have the best game in the world, subjectively and fundamentally, but if it's about Hitler killing Jews, you're not going to want to play it. That just doesn't sit right with you. That is pushing a weird agenda that's weird. You don't want to do that. Again, that doesn't really apply here, but we have now established the black and red, or the black and red, the black and white of where a game needs to stand. So, Dark Souls 2. Let's look at the subjective part. Is Dark Souls 2 subjectively fun? Angel, what is up, Angel? How you doing? And welcome to the stream. We are debating Dark Souls 2 right now, whether it be good or bad. And right now, Dark Souls 2. Wolfenstein would like to have a I don't think you played Hitler, though. But I haven't played the Wolfenstein one. But, Anyway, back to the point. So subjectively, is it a good game? Well, this is where we have different opinions. So when I look at Dark Souls 2, I do see some issues, but most of it is due with age, and that is kind of like the graphics, which I got updated on mine. So again, I'm not a big graphics guy. It's fine. The style, I love medieval, so I like medieval. Okay. I like swords. I like magic. It's From Software Souls game. It's going to happen. Okay. Well, this sounds like I like a lot of stuff about it. So it should be a good game, right? Well, there's some issues. And it's not because of the subjective part, like we just discussed, but the mechanical part that follows up with Pillar 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best. It has the best story, but some of the things Arthur dies. My God, I bawl my eyes out. Fair, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Dark Souls 2. Now, mechanically, this is where Dark Souls 2 falls apart. And I want to make my stance clear. I think Dark Souls 2 is a fun game, but it is a bad Souls game. Much like how an old Bugatti is just a bad Bugatti compared to a new Bugatti. So I like Souls 2. But it cannot be denied that it fundamentally is a mess. It is a mess. We're going to start with my first point. Adaptability. We're going to go over the basic stuff I think everyone can agree with. Tim, go ahead and type out your argument about adaptability, but I'm going to make my case. So RPGs, the core aspect of RPGs is the fact that you have role-playing aspects to build your character. You have options to put points into something, to build something unique on this run. Old Bugatti. Okay, maybe that was a bad example, but whatever. You get where I'm going with. Dark Souls 2 has an issue where you have to invest 1/4 of your build into adaptability to have a functioning core mechanic known as dodging. That is not the first pillar issue where it's subjective, but a mechanical issue. Imagine that you're playing a role-playing game, and to jump, you need to invest like 30 points into adaptability to even have the ability to jump or to attack or do something. Yo, what is up, Salty? Elden Ring took the most from Dark. True. And I do want to say this. I am going to give good points to Salty. Salty, I'm glad you made it. Salty is actually in the favor that Dark Souls 2 is really good, Tim, so he's going to be in your corner. I felt like an upgrade to me. Okay, well, let's talk about the role-playing aspect right now, and that is you had to put points into adaptability. The fact that you need to invest 1/5 of your build into one stat not only destroys the aspect of having a unique character from everyone else, but you are locked behind something that is not explained in the game. A stat requirement to have a functioning button, a functioning mechanic. So that is an issue. That is a problem. I should not have to invest a certain amount of time, precious resources, souls, levels to have a working mechanic. That is a fundamental problem. Does that mean it makes it the worst possible game ever? No. Like I said, I still like Souls 2. But that is an issue. Yeah, it's not a great feature, I won't lie. And, again, this is just one small thing. I think most people, even those who are hard for Dark Souls 2, will agree that's just a problem that it has. That not most people will agree is good. I have a proposal. If you give me a PlayStation credit, I'll buy Dark Souls 2 and I will post that I actually bought it and we'll grind it. Oh, sup. That is true. That is true, Gup. Well, I might think about it, sup, but you have to join the Discord first. It doesn't even tell you that. It gives you iframes to help dodge. Exactly. We'll talk about hitboxes in a little bit, but a game needs to be able to demonstrate at least the core aspect of a mechanic. All right. If it doesn't, it has failed in that department. I can agree that adaptability is stupid and useless, but once you put those points, you never have to think about it again. So it never really bothered me. They gave you a lot more sources. True, they might, but that's the thing though. That's an issue though. The fact that they had to spend precious dev hours, which I guess is not that much, but they had to spend time artificially inflating the souls to fix a broken mechanic, a bad decision, is fundamentally bad. It's fundamentally wrong. That shouldn't be the case. It should just be working. If you have to build a workaround to make something work, then it's wrong. And again, you're right. If you put points in adaptability, it solves the issue. But the thing is, it doesn't solve the main problem. It just gives you a fix. For example, we have an issue at work currently where I'm at where we need people to be in IT. But if they keep getting people who are competent enough who aren't doing IT to do IT, well, their plate is full and then they leave. Well, now they have all kinds of problems and they need to hire someone else. Well, the next person they hire, let's hope they have IT. Yes, it's fixing it's temporary fixing the. It's like they're putting tape on the hull of the ship that's sinking, but not fixing the ship. That is the issue. That's the problem. I can't have Discord. Oh my God, sub, what's wrong with you? It takes so long as first player to get adaptability up, but new players won't ever know to. True. And that's also another issue Monster brings up. Again, that I said earlier, it doesn't tell you that. Like if it said, hey, by the way, you have to do this. Because it's not like an understood agreement like, hey, if I increase health, it means I have more health. We all understand that as gamers. We know what that happens. When we swing a sword, it hits and does damage. We know what that means. Bigger numbers, more damage. We all know that. That is not a universal agreement that everyone understands adaptability. That's very unique to this. One of the reasons why it's taking me so long to invest in some Dark Souls is because gameplay-wise feels more trolly than other game. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna move on from adaptability. All right. Let's talk about the second thing: hitboxes. If a fireball goes off 30 feet away, and your character gets vacuum sealed into an attack damage animation, then that is a failure on the game's part of demonstrating what is happening and relaying it to the player. Because at that point, I can no longer trust the system. I can no longer trust the game to show me what is happening. I have to basically do this arithmetic design in my head to be like, okay, I know that explodes 30 feet away, but I know it's going to hit me anyway. And the hitboxes in Dark Souls 2 is terrible. The design is awful. I literally had a video that I did earlier where the pursuer hit me. Here, we're going to put it right here. We're going to put it right here. Look at this. Look at that. Now, you can account that to lag because this is an extreme example, but this is very well known in Dark Souls. Look how far away that sword is, and your character just gets right into the sword. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible, and not something a Souls game should have. Because when the players cannot trust the system, it's no longer a get good situation. It's the Souls system sucks. Now, does that happen for everyone? No. But think of it like this. I think Dark Souls 2 makes people develop Stockholm Syndrome because the experience they get is still good enough that they can get by without realizing how bad it works. Okay, it doesn't want to work. Well, that's not good. I've seen the frame data nerds look at it. It's on the sword hitting the foot. See, and that's not okay. That's not okay. The fact that you need someone to sit down and actually watch the video to break down so people can understand something the game cannot portray accurately is not okay. I don't know if I ever noticed this, but it is a pressing issue. bro, there's a boss that has a random hitbox in his elbow just in case you roll wrong direction so his sword misses his fat ass elbow and hits you. Absolutely. Mark, we're having a debate right now on Dark Souls 2. Think of it like this, all right? Elden Ring, Night Rain, bosses have been tweaked and pushed to the utmost limit. There's 1,000 particle effects going on. It's hard to understand what's going on. And Elden Ring is notorious for having roll catching moves, so that way if you spam rolls, it will hit you. But the problem is, or the lack of problem in this regard, is the fact that you can learn from it. If an enemy holds up their attack and swings down, you learn about that. However, if they hold up and swing, and half the time it hits you and half the time it doesn't work. If it swings and you're a million miles away, that doesn't work because the game portrayed that, hey, this swing is right here, not here. The hitboxes are terrible. Okay, wait, I did notice it on an old drag, so his spirit lunge was, buns. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that is a core mechanic, much like adaptability, that makes Dark Souls 2 functionally a bad game. Functionally. Notice I said functionally. Seems like the consistency they have better animation that shows something that actually tight, accurate. Absolutely. The whole reason why we're not even going to say from Soft Souls games. The reason why Liza P, whether you like it or not, it's seen as the best Souls-like game universally. Not everyone agrees, but not everyone agrees, but most people think Liza P is the best Souls-like game is because of the hitboxes, how tight it is, how it feels. And unfortunately, Dark Souls 2 does not hit the regard of this. Now, I think those are the two most major glaring issues that I don't think even the most staunchest stewards of Guardians that will defend Dark Souls 2 to the end of days as the most superior Souls game ever will disagree with me on. Everything else, I could see disagreement with. But we're going to talk about it. So, Dark Souls 2 has the most ambitious, unique ideas for its time. Power stancing. Life gems, which could be controversial. The losing your life as you die, the connectivity of the world, the janky feeling of some of the attack animations, enemy placement, whatever. Those are all things that I could see people turning a blind eye on. Because if this is your first Soul... Actually, I'm trying to think of my point, honestly. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I'm going to cut this part out. I'm cutting this part of the video. Fuck, I forgot what was I going with? Shit. Oh, yeah, ambitious ideas. That's what it was. All right. I'm redoing the video. I'm cutting it right here, by the way. You guys get the whole experience, the raw dog experience. No lube, baby. Dark Souls 2 is the most ambitious Souls game because it has the most attempts at doing something. Power stancing, the way that bosses are designed, the amount of bosses, the bonfire aesthetics actually cool, right? Salty, the dying and losing health, life gems. There's a lot of things that it does. But here's the thing: when you see a dartboard, if you have a game with 3 darts and 2 darts hit the bullseye and 1 misses, what looks better? That or another dart game where there is 20 darts and technically it hit more bullseye. Let's say it hit 5 bullseye. True, it hit more bullseye, but all the others missed or got bad numbers. What is seen as the better Souls game? What is seen as the better game? The first one. And Dark Souls 2 has a lot of ambitious idea, which unfortunately does not follow through. The best way to do that in other Souls games is run past and not actually engage. The best way to do that in others... I found Dark Souls the most fun when it comes to setting up the characters. We're going to definitely talk about the pros. So I definitely think it has a lot of good things about it. It just has a lot of issues. I don't think that's a good point, though. I don't think that's a good point. I think the two things that are major assets that drag it down are the first two. I think I might just cut that part entirely. I have to think. Let me think. Those two. So, let me see here. Okay. So I just did a quick look. There's only two other things I can think of, but everything else is very subjective. Okay. So the only other two things I can think of that are a bit of a problem is the artificial difficulty with gank squads. I think Dark Souls 2 is the worst in this regard, and this is just enemy placement. I definitely think there are certain areas, the Shrine, Iron Keep, so forth and so on, that has so many enemies for no reason other than to make it more difficult than it needs to be. And that turns into aggravation. That turns into having problems to the point to where you just feel like you want to run past everything. Only to find out if you do that and get stopped by Foggate, you get Bonnie Blued to hell at a Genesis World Record event because they can all apparently still hit you while you're going through the Foggate for at least like 1,000 years. And then you die. And it's frustrating. So you have to go for every single one. I have a point for this in regard to Dark Souls. Okay, all right. What's your point on that one, Tim? But I do think it artificially increases the difficulty in terms of gank squads. Now, Draglade gets a little over the top. Draglade, absolutely. I think the Shrine mostly is my regards of having some issues. And depending on which version, the original Dark Souls 2, the Dragon Temple is terrible because everyone's fucking aggroed. Oh my fucking god. But luckily that one, you fight like 2 or 3 enemies. Oh yeah, I gotta hit wall while going through the fog gate. Yeah, that just sucks. That sucks. My hot take vibe is Dark Souls 2 has better scaled options when fighting or more actively evading the hordes. It is true. That, like I said, I do want to talk about the pros of Dark Souls 2. God, there's gonna be a lot I'm gonna have to fucking cut from this video, actually. Shit. I don't want to go on to my next point until Tim responds. But some other ones that you can arguably agree with is world and level design, soul memory, which is a little weird, but yeah, I think that's the only ones. And movement's kind of weird, but what about your dragon area trivia? Yeah. No, wait, what about the secret pigs to get the pickaxes? I mean, that's some bullshit level secret. I mean, I think that's fine. I definitely think out of all the Souls games, it definitely has the most weirdest random secret stuff, but I think that's fine. But again, we're getting more into subjective territory right now. So I personally think it's fine. But I think the only good other stance I have about something being arguably kind of weird is just the gank squads. But you can argue that with other Souls games, because other Souls games do have some issues. I just think Dark Souls 2 is the most relevant when it comes to gank squads and artificially increasing the difficulty via that method. But you can make also that fucking same argument about the fucking pinwheel skeletons in Dark Souls 1, which I will agree is a fucking issue. That fucking sucked. That's lame as shit. Yo, what's up, Roland? Good power stance. We'll talk about the goods in the sum. Lower Undead Berg running up to the Goat Demon was so aggravating me, as well as running past 50 mods constantly get backstab made me feel so mad dark so I could just kill everything. You're right on that. Tim, you're absolutely right on that. That is an issue that Dark Souls 1 has as well. In fact, a lot of them have this issue. It's just instead of gank squads, I think it's done a little bit differently for each one. But I definitely feel like Dark Souls 2, even against that, I feel like it has more issues with that. I feel like it has more occurrences of it, whereas Dark Souls 1, they have less occurrences, but it's still bad. I think the problem I see with Dark Souls 1 compared to 2 is this. Dark Souls 2 has a issue. Yo, what is up? Ratch, what's up? What's that headset? It's a good headset. That's what it was. I think Dark Souls 2 has good level design with too many gank squads. And I think Dark Souls 1 has bad level design, and it's less about the gank squads when it comes relevant to those issues. The Undead Burg, like you explained, it's such a narrow area, and the Capper Demon is so fucking annoying because of the two rabid corgis that keep biting at your ankles while the guy just fucking slams you down. That is a level design. If you opened up that entire area, I guarantee you it would not be as bad. And you could say the same thing in Dark Souls 2. If you just removed some of the people so there's not so many fucking people, it would be better. It would be better. And yeah, there's some weird areas that you can argue, like the Black Gulch really sucks. I think that's ass. But there's going to be shitty areas in every Souls game, so I'm giving that one a pass. I'm being fair. Wait, I have a question off topic. If I get Discord and join it, can I use the PS credits to get a different game? I'm not giving you PS credit though. You join Discord, but I ain't giving you PS credits, homie. I'm poor as fuck. Would be so epic if there was some fucking space. True. I you could argue that's one of the faults Dark Souls 1 has, is it has too much narrow level design. Level design in terms of a gameplay aspect fucking sucks. Yo, that was weird though. It's discovered after killing enemies 12 times, they just disappear. All right, now we're going to talk about the good things about Dark Souls 2. The good things about Dark Souls 2 is this. Like I said before, it was the most ambitious project, so it had a lot of ideas, and some of them actually worked. Power stancing, build variety, a lot of weird different armors. They were the first to introduce. Armor effects, which I'm glad they carried that on to Dark Elden Ring. I don't know why they didn't do it in Dark Souls 3, but I think that's awesome. And then when you get past the discharge, you have to fight 20 more Capper Demon. True. Though it's a lot easier because it's more open space, but it's true. Dark Souls has so many areas that seems like actual joke or parody made fun of you, Black Ocean, Blue Smelter, Runback. I would say runbacks are an issue, but it's not unique to Dark Souls 2. I mean, Dark Souls 1, I think notoriously has the worst runback, which is the Bed of Chaos, and arguably the worst boss, Bed of Chaos. No, not even arguably, is the worst boss. But has a lot of things going for it in terms of those regard. I think it has the best PvP. I know some people say Dark Souls 3 has the best PvP, but I think Dark Souls 2 has the best PvP. Even including Soul Memory, just because it has the most build variety, and I think has the coolest areas for you to fight. Like the Lava Bridge in front of Iron Keep. Great. Dope. I like it. Let me think. It has the most DLCs. It definitely has the most DLCs. I like to think of it like this. At the baseline, I think of this. I think Dark Souls 2 is the Jersey Shore of From Software Souls games. I keep coming back to it because of how much of a disaster it is. And it is unique in the faults it has to the point to where it's fun. It is unbiasedly, aggressively terrible to the point that you can't help but just laugh and enjoy it. Like, I remember when we were doing the DLC, there was a point where we had to pull a lever. All these guys came out, and then we killed them all, and the lever was down all the way. And I couldn't move the lever again. So I had to use the fucking feather to go all the way back, do the lever, run past them all, and if I get hit fucking once, I have to do it all over again. That's so frustratingly fucking stupid. But I kind of like it. I hate it, but I like it. No other Souls game does, they make it so ridiculously dumb and stupid for no reason that you can't help but like it. It's kind of like looking at a guy who's an asshole, but you can't help but appreciate how much of an asshole he is. Like, yeah, it's say what you want. I think a lot of people like Trump. I'm not going to make it political, but I think a lot of people like Trump just because of how much of an asshole and how just up straight he is. He thinks something's fucking stupid. He's going to say it's something fucking stupid. Regardless if you like his politics or not, or his decisions, when he does something like that, you can't help but just be like, oh my God, this fucking guy. Or when he spends like 30 minutes monologuing about something named after him. You know what I mean? It's like, the Trump phone is the greatest thing ever. And it spends 30 minutes talking about it, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? It's just so funny, and you're just like, what the fuck? You know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, that's me. Honestly, it is. You know, I think Salty's pretty much the most asshole person here, but it's charming. You know, it's like when you see someone be an asshole, you're like, oh, fuck this guy. But when you see Salty be an asshole, he's like, yeah, basically, yeah, it's Salty. Yeah, that sounds right. My keyboard is broken, and what the I was going to say, gotta respect that. The honesty, absolutely. It's true. It's true. I would suggest play Red Dead Redemption 2, then play Red Dead 1. I'm not really into Red Dead. I'm gonna be real honest with you, Sub. I've never been interested in Red Dead. I'm sure it's a good game, but it's not something I'd be into. But at the end of the day, Dark Souls 2 is fundamentally a garbage trash game. But it's not a bad game. It's actually a fun game. It's the type of game that you develop Stockholm Syndrome with because you play it. It's so bad. It treats you so terribly. You can't help look at it and be like, oh God, I love this. You got to be completely honest with yourself and be like, okay, objectively, this fucking sucks in terms of some of this stuff. Every other Soul game's better. However, it's unique about how much it sucks to the point it's good. I made my case. All right. Let me hear anything that anyone wants to say. Do you have anything you want to defend? Do you have anything that you disregard? In regards to the asshole thing, not yeah, fair. Dark Souls 2 is the asshole game of all Souls games, but we love it for that. Dark Souls 3 Ring City was a Dark Souls homage, and it was. Yeah, like Ring City fucking sucked in a lot of regards, but it felt like it was such an asshole experience by how brutal it was. Just not on the level of Dark Souls 2. It's basically take Dark Souls 2 abrasive assholeness and just polish it. I just didn't see that negativity, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I will say this. I think a lot of times people see that a Souls game sucks. That people or see Dark Souls 2 and say this sucks, and they instantly defend it. Which I don't blame you. But when you sit down and you hear it, if they're just saying, oh, it's garbage, it looks bad, it's design, you're hearing it from a subjective standpoint, and at that point, you're going to have arguments. But if you look at it at an objective standpoint, it's like, all right, that kind of sucks. I think you're right on that one, Chief. True. Especially when they come back and say, hey, just so you know, I do like it. I think it's fun. It just fucking sucks fundamentally. So, objectively, ass. Fundamentally, ass. Humorously, A+. Arguably the best Souls game in terms of humor. Arguably the best Souls game in terms of fun. Very subjective, I don't think in that regard, but I would say top 3. For sure. I prefer Dark Souls 1, but I think Dark Souls 2 is funner. If I'm being honest. 2 was the first one I played, so it made 1 feel empty. Are we just gonna have a day of debating all the Souls games? We'll do that one different. Anyway, Tim, hello, welcome to the Souls community. Hi, welcome. Hopefully your first experience wasn't bad. You liked it, and you stay around. See now, Tim, you got knighted. You have to stay. You have to stay now, Tim. You're like, fuck. Now I'm roped into this. And I gotta watch this fucking dude. Oh fuck. It's gonna be a great experience. Everyone's gonna enjoy it. It'll be great. Everyone likes it. And you know, when we talk about other Soul stuff, you can talk about it. So what do you love about it? No, I love it. Good. I gotta hop off. My phone is about to die, but when are you going live again? I go live Monday through Friday. You know that. Sup? What's up, man? You know that. You know about that. But all right, man, no worries. Go charge your phone, man. Go charge your phone. If I see you again later tonight, great. If not, it's all good, man. It's all good. All right. So this is my cheap attempt at making content and grabbing people. So here's the thing, guys. If I actually sat down and talked about it, I probably could have articulated it a lot better. I mean, you've seen my long form videos. I can say my long form videos are scripted and are said in a good way, but the problem is I need time to think, and spontaneously I can't come up with this fucking shit, dude. So here you go. And we might get some angry comments. But you know what? It's fine, because this is for the boys. This one's for the boys. A last thing, Monday through Friday, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last thing, Tim, I'm gonna mention. And then we're gonna move on to Bloodborne stuff. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should just spend like an hour, 30 minutes at the beginning of the stream just fucking talking about shit. Because I love discussing. I love talking about Soul stuff. But I'm just gonna show this. So you're new. But we do what are called transmog competitions, all right? And I would love it if you would participate. But essentially what you do is I put an entry. I can't win. I was just asked to do one, so that's why I have one in here. But essentially what you do is you pick a Souls game that you have. In this case, I picked Dark Souls 2. Yeah, my picture looks good, doesn't it? You take a picture, you upload it, and you make a character. In this case, I called Victor Von Richten, you put out your armors, and you make a background story. And what we do is essentially every 3 weeks, next week is when we're doing it. So this week you have time to get gear, build your character, whatever. Take an awesome picture. You submit it, and if you win, you get a special title. You get experience points. I don't know if you noticed, but everyone has different soul levels. The role that you have reflects your soul level. So the more you level up, you get more colors and all this other stuff. But this is just like a fun way for the community to be involved. You take a sick picture. Our last week's winner was this. Barney did a really great job. I mean, look at that. That's fantastic. But it's a cool way for us to do some community events. And in the future, I want to do more. But, oh, you couldn't even see it. I'm so sorry. I just realized you couldn't even see my fucking screen. God damn it. But pulling up the Souls thing right here. You see the name. You see the background story. Here's my entry, my picture. This is from Dark Souls 2. That was my character. I actually blended the two pictures. My character was in 2 shots. You know where this is at. This is the area where with the chariot and all this other stuff, yada yada. It's supposed to be like a vampire hunter. But yeah, you make a story, background story, you make a character, make an armor, and you post pictures, and basically whoever has the coolest entry becomes the winner. And you get levels. You can see everyone has different levels here. If I do leaderboards, you basically get experience points. Just talking, don't spam. But because there is a thing in there that stops people from spamming anyway. But yeah, Huntsman Corpse. Yeah. So, Mon, I would love for you to do an entry. We do some videos. I got a video up. If you do want to watch the last one, it's up to you. You don't have to. But if we come over here to YouTube and I do, we do this, best rip. You can see we're looking at the entry right here. You see we have some people talking. Like here's some other entries that people have. That was someone else's entry. Jeannie did an entry. Like I said, we record it and we put it up. And I do an epic voice. People like it. People like it. Let me see if I can.
All right. Little is known.
Was that? Did I do it on this one?
And I'll be mercy, for he refused to raise his hand against the condemned.
Okay, well that was a bad example because I fucked that up. But yeah, just basically, have you ever played D&D? It's basically that. Just make a D&D character, but in Souls. Upload it. We compare who has the coolest, and bada boom, bada bang. Let's see. Oh, dude, I'm cooking with my newest transmog entry. Would you like 2 photo entries or to show the default pose the entire and 1 to show a dynamic pose? Honestly, that's up to your discretion. I will allow. You know what? No. I will say this. You have to only use 1 photo. And it's up to your discretion to see what is the best one. Do you think it will look better with it having blended together like I did? Or is it another way? You'll know when he gets it right. Yeah. Like, don't lose that. It was not supposed to be Kajik, all right? Listen, it does get good. You got to be there. But again, that's we're going to do it next Friday, so you got plenty of time. Would love for you to do it. And hey, you just joined. How badass would it be that you get the Lord of Maidens title right here? Right here, you get your own color, and you brag about it to everyone else, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck, who's this guy?" You know what I mean? Yeah, 1 photo seems more fair. I agree, Salty. I agree. Yeah, because at that point you can have someone like spamming a shit ton of photos, and we don't want to do all that stuff. And if we start getting a lot of people doing it, we're gonna have to put some limits on the background story. But luckily, we can rock and roll with it. Oh, we could do ASMR, and I might pass out. I don't know. Well, that's great. Good job. What was I thinking? All right, guys, let's do some Bloodborne. All right, Tim. Have you ever played Bloodborne? When you say it was again, it's going to be next Friday, and you can talk on Discord, man. Talk on Discord. Come chat. You have any questions? Go in there. I think you said it'd be great to be active in the community. And like I said, we're going to try to do other Souls events and stuff. It's just right now we're going to start off easy with this. And then when we get some more people, get a more active community, then we'll, do some more stuff. Friday after this one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's get this bad boy running. But also, just keep an eye out for it. Obviously, it's going to take me a while to do the video, but I do long form videos, and that what you saw earlier was just my intro video, and we're doing Dark Souls 2 randomized. So that's something to look for. I don't know if you like. Everyone seems to like me doing these long term videos. Moved on to different genres. Oh, I see. Got you. But this is something to look out for. Yes, guys, I am doing it. Yes, I am doing the long form stuff. Let me find it real quick. Sure. This one.
Dark Souls Randomizer is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but trust me, this is basically medical malpractice. I'd rather perform lobotomy on myself while attempting a no-hit run across every Souls game than subject myself further to this randomized cesspool of pain, from allowing in-game bosses to spawn at the beginning of the game to these fat bastards clogging the hallways like cholesterol in an artery.
As you can see, it's great. We're doing Dark Souls 2 right now. Yeah, the videos are good. People like them. Funny stuff. I'm gonna stop promoting that. Let's see. Do I got a comment on here?
No one. Me and my.
All right, guys. Let's get in this. I'm done talking. I'm done playing. Let's just get to playing. All right. They are. Because everyone likes watching it. Because I think instantly, everyone loves pain. They like having pain. We know my formula. I'm a cocky bastard who thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced cheese. And then I act on it. And then Dark Souls 2 likes to punish me for it. And it's funny as fuck. Post the Discord link in here. Do you guys not have the Discord link? My apologies. Let me, I can't make one. I'm surprised I don't have that somewhere for you guys to just copy it. Where's the fucking video? Where's the fucking video? Yeah, thank you for letting me know. I gotta post that somewhere. Alrighty, there we go. There you go. All right. So I will say this, by the way, we might have some issues just because it might be a little laggy sometimes, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. My bad to be... What? Are you driving? Are you driving right now? Dog. You can't be doing this while driving. I'm bad to be on stream. I mean, like, as long as you put me on speaker, I think you're fine. All right, boys, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So here is the goals, boys. The goal is simple. We want to come over here, and I think we got to fight Gascoigne. Yeah, we got to go kill Gascoigne. Please say you're parked. I mean, you're a grown adult. I can't tell you what you can't do, but I will make a suggestion. Don't die. I think that's a fair suggestion. I don't think anyone wants to see you die. I'm still here, just not active. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to force you to chat. I mean, and by the way, you do not have to stay. You have a life. You have your own stuff. I'm not going to ask you to stay if you got stuff you want to do. I mean, you're fucking new here. I mean, you don't even know me. This is the first time we chatted. And, you know, I might have made a good impression. You might like me a little bit. But at the end of the day, you know, you have a life. You don't have to be involved in everything I'm doing. You're not going to get shamed in it. You're not going to get pressed to it. If you need to go ahead and go. It's all good. And besides, I got your number anyway. I got your number in here. Oh, fuck. I already got your number. I got your view count in here. No, I might call you out and say some shit, but you know, it is what it is. All right, boys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? What am I doing, boys? Oh, I feel much better now. See, I like to think of myself as a true Souls player. You know how I know that? Because I refuse to put on armor. I'm in my cheeks are clapping. All right. We got some boys coming in. Let's let him hit this. Very nice. All right, let's beat this big boy. Fucking Holdor looking motherfucker. Oh, wait. No. Fuck. You little cock. Bitch. All right, watch this. Boom. Big money. Didn't even get hit once. All part of the plan. All right, I'm gonna beat this guy. All right, he's dead. Good. Watch this. I'm gonna parry him. I didn't even need to parry him. That was just for style. Boom. Absolute goated. Well, I appreciate it, but I got nothing better to do today, so you can't get rid of me. Hell yeah. I love being a second option. Bro, being a second option is like one of my top 5 favorite things in the world. All right, we got a big boy. Parry. Boom. Guys, it's that easy. Okay, we're doing good. Let's get some blood vials. Get some more blood vials. All right, boys, here it is. Father Gascoigne. Let's fucking do this, boys. Oh, wait, we got to bait a clip. Unfortunately, my fucking thing is lagging like a bitch right now. Holy shit. Sorry. Okay, so Tim, I'm not streaming off a potato computer. I'm running an emulator that's hosting its own other game while streaming. So that's why it's doing this. Let me see if I can do something. What if we do this? Let me get rid of my... I can't do that. Let me get rid of my lighting for my video. Because I use a third-party I use a third-party app to modify my view. But what if we take the camera and just do a direct link instead of using third-party? Let's see if that fixes. issue. I mean, that looks pretty clean to me, boys. That looks pretty clean to me. Oh, hell yeah. All right, guys, we get it. It turns out, if you keep daisy chaining everything, nothing works. All right, there we go. All right, here we go, boys. All right, we got a bait. We got a bait. All right, we got to bait a clip. We got to bait a clip. All right, all right, boys, we got to bait this fucking clip, dude. All right, let's do it. Oh man, that was such. Wait. Let me think, boys. Okay, got it. Man, the cleric boss was so hard, guys. Holy fuck. What the fuck's happening, right? My game crashed. Fuck. What was that? What was I saying? Ah, yes. Yes. Guess who's back? What's up? What's up? How you doing, man? Not scripting. Jeez. Oh, wait, huh? Oh my god, the cleric beast was so hard, guys. Holy fuck. Hopefully we won't fight another boss anytime soon. Oh, what the fuck is this? Who's this guy? Who's this Undertaker WWE looking motherfucker? Oh, he's on my side. He's a hunter too. I've never actually seen another NPC have a cutscene that's on my side. That's crazy. Bro, same. He's on my side though, so that should be fine. What do you mean beast? I mean that seems kind of beastly to me. Father Gascoigne, what? I thought we were out. Holy shit! Oh my fuck! Oh my god, this guy's so quick. Holy fuck me in the titties! Ah! All right, there we go. All right, we baited. We baited the clip, boys. Time to go big dick. What can I say? I'm a masturbator, baby. Oh, fuck. Ah, you little bitch. Ah, you little bitch. Yeah, well, do it again. I love masturbating. It's my favorite. What's that smell? Woo! Boop. This is such a fun fight. Uh-oh. He's using both hands now, boys. Actually, his fucking gun's more annoying than anything else. Oh! Oh my... God damn it, my game crashed again. Fuck! No, I did not get the music box. I didn't do the quest line. If you're playing at 30 FPS, I'm pretty sure I don't have that selected. I thought I moved that. Hold on, give me a second. What do you mean? Obviously, 30 FPS is selected. Come on, guys, relax, chill. I am. Increase. I don't know if I have enough fucking memory. Let me try it one more time, and if not, then we'll bump it up. Bro, my little cousin heard you saying that, and now my aunt and uncle are beyond mad at me. Well, you probably shouldn't be watching. I was just saying, I am masturbating clips. I'm a master at baiting clips. Can they still hear me? Hey, this guy's watching me. He's watching me masturbate the clips. Good luck with that one. Good luck, Chief. Godspeed. Godspeed, Chief. Return to Hunter Stream. It's not going to teleport me back to the other one? Oh, fuck. Alright, we're going to dodge this guy. Alright. Guys, you know me. I'm a master at baiting ghosts. Yeah. What am I doing? Guys, what am I doing? Let me just run past these. Okay, sure. Okay. Dark Souls 2, never heard of her. By the way, if that was Dark Souls 2, absolutely would have died there. Absolutely would have died there. Holy fuck, they would have... Wait, hold on, let's heal first. So we can get that healing back. That touched the tip. That one was definitely a titch tupper. That was definitely a tip toucher. But we're good, guys. We're good. But now I hear my little cousin is outside yelling what you said. Well, he's finally been educated. Time to have the birds and the bees discussion. You know, I like to think of myself as a bit of an educator, boys. You know, an enlightener. You know, I just want everyone to know what a dick and balls are. You know, sometimes people just need to understand what teddies are. Oh, wait, did you say you have Bluetooth on? Oh, never mind. See, now it's not as funny. Just gonna. Good luck with that. What, me? I'm just Zed. Bro, he's 5. Well, sounds like a you issue. All right, we're gonna... Oh, fuck. Okay, we gotta heal. All right, come on, hit me. There we go, got him. And... Oh, big smack. Give me my souls back. Gotta watch out for that gun. Oh, I could have parried that. That was such a... Oh, big. Put her hand right in his diaphragm. Just gonna... Oh, big. Oh, that was wrong. I'm about to run out of bullets. We're parrying. Ow. Should children be at school or something anyway? Well, I know where they should be, in the stream. Ah! Oh, big. Boom. All right, we're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him right here. Hit him right here. Boom. Big damage. Gonna hit him right here. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh, he's a furry! He's a furry! Oh, okay. We gotta heal. We gotta heal. Oh shit! Gotta heal. Gotta heal. Oh fuck! Ran out of bullets. Oh my god! No! Live! Heal! He's right there. Didn't even take any damage. Didn't even take any damage. Guys, hear me out. Notice how I'm at full health. I'm just that good. I didn't take a single lick of damage. I like to consider myself a bit of a professional. You know, no hit runs, no damage. Like, I'm not even trying, and I'm at full health because I took no damage. Crazy. Absolute cinema. One could argue, peak. Let's turn to the Hunter Dream. I gotta go see my bae. I hear them telling me to give my phone to they don't, so I'll probably not be on one streams for like a day or two. So have fun. Well, sucks. Hold up, guys. Hello. I just got a kid in trouble. He's saying, I don't know, he was in here and then he said, I don't know, I saw something else like, bro, fucking ass tit, because I died. You know what I usually do. And then he said, yo, my little cousin is hearing what you say, he's now saying it. And he's a young kid too. And I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Ass and titties! Fucking shit! Well, that's right. Well, I guess you guys to learn the burdens of the beast someday. Dick! And I said, all right, good luck with that. But, listen, first of all, he should have known better because he's been following me for a while. Second of all, if he's the kid, this is my stream. You don't need to be here to begin with. But if you are going to be here to be with, hint, shrug, then you better put me on fucking private then. Because I'm about to say some shit. Well, listen, if I get hit, which has never happened before, by the way, I might say boobs. But that is my right, my freedom, my choice. Well, I don't actually, you know what? I think she's right, guys. We can't just say boobs because that's not right. My girlfriend's beautiful tits. I love her voluptuous balloons. I think that's a better way. Can I say that instead? I got the green. I got the thumbs up. You had a bad day? We'll talk. Okay? And I can make you a burger. Can you put the burgers out for me? It stinks because they were spoiled chicken that was in the garbage. I threw it out already. All right, what was I saying? Bro used all the bullets and then fired the empty gun. I don't know. That doesn't sound like me. If you're gonna tell me off for shit, that's actually based on reality. You're not allowed to get kids in trouble. If you're gonna tell me off for shit, that's actually based in reality. You're not allowed to get kids in trouble. Staircase of Doom. So, Tim, how you liking the community? How you liking the content? How you liking the enjoyment? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Oh, God, the frames! All right, there we go. Like I always say, boys, bitch and you shall receive. As long as you complain, you'll get what you want. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? I mean, I think our health is fine. We're taking some hits, but you know, I think that's fine. I want to put points in the arcane, but we haven't found anything to upgrade our weapon to be scaling off arcane yet, which is unfortunate. So upgrading arcane literally does nothing for us right now. So I'm going to put it in vitality. I think that's the easiest get-go. We'll put points into arcane once we get the option to getting our weapon to start scaling. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? All right, here we go. Central Yardum. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna be real honest with you, Chiefs. I completely forgot that I have no armor on. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing these peaks. So we're gonna switch over to this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All right, we're good. Oh my god. Ugh. It's rough, boys. It's a little rough. We might need to reset it. We might need to restart it a little bit. Let's take a slow scene and put 10 frames in it. Oh, that's great. Great. This is a fun experience. I like the part where, you know, it takes me 10 years to open a door. Frame rate is rough. Yeah, it's a little tough. I might need to remove the 60 frames part. Oh hell, the frames. Oh, let me help you with the lossless scale. What do you mean? This is the great. Listen, this is how Bloodborne was meant to be played. It's great. Blood Gem Workshop tool. Nice. That's what we need, boys. That's what we need. It's exactly what we... Oh, we got a cutscene. Boys, we got a cutscene. Okay. We're opening a door. Uh-huh. Oh, nice. Now there's a black bar. I like that. There's another black bar. Okay. All right. We watching. Oh, there's another black bar. I love that part. My favorite part about this is when there's a black bar. Oh, it did it again. Yeah, bro. Fucking hell. Oh, shit. And they put a bell on there? Oh, my God. A1. Peak. Bro, we got like 6 black bars out of that and a bell. I'm just saying. Actual peak. All right. Let me restart it real quick. It was getting pretty bad. Ooh. Ugh, I feel sick. Dude, watching this, I don't blame you. I do not blame you, good sir. I'm not gonna lie, Chiefs. We might use the capture card alternative. We might be using the capture card alternative. Okay. All right, we good. I have to remember. Where do we go from here? I think it's this way. Oh, I remember these guys. Boom. Get your ass beat. Get your ass beat. I don't know why I'm not just doing parries. Very nice. Very nice. All right, we got a boy right there. All right, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to beat his ass. Boom. And watch this. Watch this. I'm going to do it again. Very nice. Got him. Blood vials. Nice. We could use that. Yes. This is the route we need to go. I do remember. All right, we good. We good. That was a little rough there for a second, but now we're good. All right. Well, we did. We killed the dog, boys. Hell yeah. Big brain tactical play. What can I say? Okay. Oh my god. You know, I was just bitching about hitboxes. From Dark Souls 2. I mean, it's not completely inaccurate, I suppose. Well, that was disappointing. All right. Oh, yeah. So this goes to Old Yarnum. I remember. And there was a guy with a giant fucking Gatling gun. That's right. Yeah. Yes. Okay, we're gonna come over here. Okay. All right. There's some dogs here. I do remember there being dogs. Okay. Fucking got him, Chief. Ah! Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. The fuck was that? Thought I heard something. All right. Look at that dodge. Clean. And we're gonna hit him right here. Clean. And he drops ammo. Thank God, because we have no ammo. Okay. Okay. Good. And I do. Yeah. We have to get right here. We have to do this, and this goes to Old Yarnum. But we have to go talk to our boy. Now, I don't know if I want to do the Canehurst quest. No, absolutely, I'm doing the fucking Canehurst quest line. What am I doing? Absolutely, we're doing Canehurst, because not only is that the best side quest line in this game, but we get to fight Martyr Logan. I think that's what his name was. Do I have to go through his dialogue, I think? Okay, sure. I don't understand why that happens. Like, I do. I mean, I get it. It's this stupid, like, controller flip thing. But what was that symbol? What was that symbol? So that's just like an arrow doing that. It's not doing it. I don't know. Fire paper is useful in a blood-starved beast. It is, but you see, Bernard. Here's the thing, though. I don't think you're understanding something. All right, I'm about to teach you a lesson. You ready? Here's the thing. If I don't get hit, I don't take damage. And then if I hit him, I hit him a couple times. He died. He died big. So that's the plan. I don't need fire papers if I just hit him and dodge him. I know, that's genius. Genius. That's the plan. Tempering blood gemstone. Nice. Nice. I don't know if that's what we need, but nice. All right. We got a furry. All right, we're gonna kill the furry. Okay. Watch this. Easy parry. Whatever. Part of the plan. Foul tarnished. You know, every time I see the word foul, I just think of Margit. I can just hear his voice line in my head. I'm not foul. Ooh! Antidote. Ooh. We can use that if I was to take damage, obviously, which I'm not going to, obviously. All right. We're now in Old Yarnum. You could argue this is a bit of a tough area, but I think we're going to be fine. What? Oh. I can use this as a clip. What's the story of Bloodborne anyway? Okay, so what's the best way to describe this? So how depth do you want me to be in this? Because I can go in depth, or I can just do a quick summary. Because it is very deep. It is very deep. And I think this is by far my favorite lore. We can go in deep in this, but if you want a quick summary, essentially, what's the best way to describe it? You are in an alternative reality called the Dream. And in the Dream, everyone is turning into beasts. And this reality was made by a god. Now, these gods are very eldritch-like. And essentially, what you do is you kill the god of the dream at the end while it's still in the womb. And you break out. Now, how the god came about, this new god, this new entity, is due to the amount of blood healing. The blood healing is from the chalice dungeons that were explored by the healing church. And because so much was used, the creation of the new god put everyone into this reality, into this dream. And so you are a hunter hunting the beast, as well as the god in the dream. That is essentially the premise. It goes into a huge lore depth. Like there's different hunters, there's different the first hunters. Garum was the first hunter, and that whole dream sequence. You can think of that as like a mini version of the dream, because that is ruled by the moon presence. Think of different realities. It gets crazy. It gets crazy. The lore do, and apparently my game crashed. By the way, didn't realize it. But it's really cool. And I love the eldritch aspect of it too. It's so good. And technically, you can become a god too, because depending on the options that you choose, you basically impregnate. Well, that's a weird way to come in. Sorry, I was on the toilet. All right. Bloodborne. You want to know what Bloodborne is about? Allow me to explain in a quick summary. Bloodborne is essentially about a reality where you, the hunter, have to go out and hunt beasts. In this reality, you have God and gods. Let me. God, it's so hard to do it all in one take. It's so much easier if I just type it out. I'm not going to use this as a clip. I have other clips I can use. So essentially, you're in a dream, and this dream is where is a god. A new god is being made right now. A new eldritch beast is being made, or a new eldritch god is being made currently right now. That god is what made the dream that you're in currently. The hunter's dream, another god called the mood presence, which is this one right here, made that. But there's different gods, and the gods are basically eldritch beings. The god that made this dream was born because of the usage of blood healing that was discovered in the chalice dungeons by the healing church. Think of it as like, imagine there were some excavators that went underground in some ruins and they found the cure-all. Imagine there's a liquid that everyone, or that you can inject in people, that cures cancer, arthritis, I don't know, whatever. You get the point, you know? Whatever disease you can think of, this heals it. The problem is it is the blood of eldritch beings. Think of it as like Cthulhu's blood, right? And if so many people use it, it ends up birthing a new god. And when a new god is birthed, it sends everyone into the dream, which is basically this distorted reality. And you don't actually get to see the truth of the reality you're in unless you have more insight. And insight is a mechanic in the game. The more insight you have, you get to a certain point, a milestone, that you can see the world. So you can see invisible creatures. You could see the world like on fire, the blood moon, or whatever, all this other shit. And at the end, you do kill the god that is in the womb of the wet nurse. And once that god is defeated, that's when reality goes back to normal. And you can become a god yourself by impregnating multiple different weapon with umbral cords. I think those are when a god is born or a failed creation. I think they drop the umbilical cords, and basically, if you consume those, they impregnate certain women throughout the story, and so they have this fetus in their stomach that is an eldritch being. And when you kill the final, you basically can use that to push you up to the enlightened state to become a god yourself. But to do that, you have to kill another god, which is the moon presence. And that's how you became a god or become a squid. Yeah. And the reason why everyone's turning into beasts is just basically it's just an after effect. It's kind of like, if you drink a lot of fucking energy drinks, I ain't good. It's gonna fucking fuck up your stomach, and have adverse effects. That's the same thing in this. They do so much healing that they ended up turning into beasts. From stories are so complex, do I love their storytelling. I would argue, I think Bloodborne is the most complicated. I don't think it's the most ambiguous. I would say Elden Ring is definitely the most ambiguous because there's just so much context. There's so much context to it. It's just a bigger game. So there's a lot of characters like the Gloom-Eye Queen, the Snow Witch, prevalent characters that exist that you feel their presence in the world, but you don't actually see them. But you do know they exist through item descriptions and the stories of them being there. This doesn't really have anything like that. I don't think Bloodborne has anything of that category, but I do think what it has is woven a lot more neatly. You know what I mean? Think of like Elden Ring as like a 3-foot story house. It's a lot easier to fill up a 1-story house than a 3-story house. And so that's just how it is. I think it's built better in terms of story and its complexity. But it's a lot easier to do that when it's not as grand. Oh, I was supposed to kill the guy. Fuck, I got too busy talking about the lore. So, can I not sit down at these lanterns? I don't remember that. I thought I could sit down at these lanterns. A friend called me, so I'm gonna go. Hey, no worries, man. Listen, you don't have to stay, man. If you need dip, go ahead and dip. I understand. I'm not gonna be upset. Oh my god, this guy's beating my ass. That looked terrible. That looked pretty bad. That did look pretty bad. Yeah, I know I can teleport back to the hub, but it's like I don't want to have to teleport. It's like, imagine you're having every time you sit at a bonfire to get health back or just to respawn everyone, you have to go all the way back to the Firelink Shrine or something, or Majula, and then teleport all the way back. That's kind of annoying. I still like Bloodborne. I think it's my favorite, but that is a fault it has. If that's not like an emulator issue for whatever reason, that option isn't there, because I'm pretty sure it was there. But that seems like such a jarring issue. There's no way that's in the base game. It must be an emulator. Oh my god, dude. Quit beating my ass. Oh my god. Oh, gotta you. Don't want to get poisoned. Don't want to get poisoned. Ay, 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 ay. Dude, just gotta boop, boop. Beat his ass. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I was hoping to do that. Honestly, there was no point in me doing that. I don't know why I did that. All right, he's gonna do his. Yeah, we're gonna do your gun. Hello, good sir. All right, let's kill this guy. Oh my god, I wish I could. If I could fucking, my frames don't fight against me. Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to run away? You don't want to fight me, old top. I'm gonna. Oh, all right. Oh shit. He didn't like me doing the British. He didn't like me doing British. Come on. Come over here. There you go. All right. Come. Quit fucking running off. Oh my god, this is annoying. I need bullets. All right, great. I mean, we got 5. I think I'm just gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna try one more parry. All right, it ain't working. Ain't working out. We're just gonna beat his ass. I got a big stick. Okay, good. Boom. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, maybe hear me out. What if I dodge? What if I just dodge? Oh! Oh, you little bitch! I forgot you can heal!
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give something.
Ay. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm gonna be real... okay, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest in this. I kind of want to go back to Dark Souls 3. I like Bloodborne. It's my favorite. Tough time finding your YouTube just now on my phone. You had a tough time finding it? What do you mean? I like Bloodborne, but I think these frames, man, it's terrible. I'm gonna be real with you, Chiefs. Do it? Why'd you go over to my phone side? Why'd you go over to my phone side, boys? Was searching up and naming another. It keeps coming tattoo artists and stuff in channel. Really? Let me see here. Let me see over here. We might have to do some digging on this. Actually, let's go to incognito. Let me see here. Let's see. Inked Ninja. Yeah, it should be pulling Mia, but it looks like it's not. I think we gotta go look. What's weird is this. If I do it pulls up, but I had to put the Ink Ninja, the entire thing. I had to type your full name without spaces. Ink Ninja. Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. We need to figure out what the hell's going on here. We need to figure out what's going on here. You shouldn't have to put just the. And I think there was a reason why I did. Oh, yeah, because this guy has my name. 11 years ago. I can't just put Ink Ninja. Maybe there's something we can do about that. I'm not sure. Oh, anyway, boys. All right, so we have some good things. We do have some good things. We have that video that we need to work on. I think we're just going to have to cut it for Bloodborne. I think most people are still doing Dark Souls 2 right now. Dark Souls 2 seems to be everyone's talking about Dark Souls 2 right now. So let me ask this. Let me ask you guys this. Would you rather me stream Dark Souls 2 randomized mod and I just get that series taken care of? Or would you rather watch me do Dark Souls 3? We're going to do Bloodborne, but speaking of your frame, you just play Dark Souls for now, but you should try Lossless Scale. Mm-hmm. Wait, did you do a tier list for the bosses? We have 12 minutes. We haven't done a tier list video in a while, huh? Poll time. Dark Souls 3? Okay. It looks like everyone's saying Dark Souls 3 at the moment. It's always bosses. Everyone talks about bosses. Bosses. Is there anything else besides bosses? I guess we haven't done one, but we'll do one that's not as long. Yeah. I think everyone's saying 3. Dark Souls 2 areas. I mean, true. We could do Dark Souls 2 areas. Fuck it. We'll rock and roll with Dark Souls 2 areas. We're gonna run it. I need your objective facts. Let's see. What was that guy's name? Ayo, we are doing some ranking of Dark Souls 2 locations if you want to hop. You know what? Nah, he already hopped on before. I don't want to push myself. I don't want to push myself on that one. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just do this quick video and bada boom, bada bang. Let me look at the tiers. Yeah, that's fine. Music! Play the music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time to rank all of the Dark Souls 2 locations from S to D. This is the easiest content that one can make, and yes, you could argue it's shameless and clout chasing, but you know what? I don't give a fuck, boys. I stand on business. Content is content, and we all love tier lists. We're a bit of a slut for it. So, let's begin. We recently finished Dark Souls 2, including all the DLCs. So we're going to start with the very first area. Things betwixt. Now, I want to go ahead and do a premise. The premise is we're ranking them within the confines of Dark Souls 2 itself, not as a generic area of all Souls games. So with that said, within the parameters set to be Dark Souls 2, things betwixt, I'll be honest with you, is C tier. It's C tier. Allow me to explain. There's not really much going around at this area. Yes, you can do a gender swap. Yes, you have a woke area to do that. Yes, you could drop random shit on a bird's nest and it suddenly turned into the Black Knight halberd or whatever twinkling titty knight shards you need. But other than that, it's just a really weird tutorial area that is very unnecessary, that you could just completely avoid and continue forward. But there's also an area where you can use a branch of yore to unfreeze a god that does not exist in the original Dark Souls 2, but it does exist in Scholar of the First Sin. And honestly, it's just a waste. Other than that, you have a hippo that guards the stone ring. But that's about it. There's nothing great about it. The only thing that stands out about this place is the fact that once you go through the cave of people killing themselves for some reason, because there's a million death pools of them just sakapooing themselves the entire time. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. You get a great visual of Majula. But that's Majula. And the greatest thing about an area is that it makes another area look better. Then is it that area that's good? Or the other. This is basically the cuck for Majula. It watches so you can enjoy yourself in another area. But it's not the worst thing in the world, but on average, I think it's worse than average. Next is Majula. This might be a hot take, and I think people are going to disagree with me on this. A tier. Now, I'm going to explain why people will disagree with me on this. Because it has arguably, no, not even arguably, the best OST in terms of a hub area. There's not a single place that has better music than Majula. It has the sense of awe and majesticness. It does have some good draw distance of different areas. Now that I have the lighting fucking mod in there, it looks gorgeous. It has a death count area. It does have some important characters that we can talk to. But it's kind of a giant open area with not much in it. I feel like Majula, if it was shrunk a little bit, it would be better. But it feels like there's a lot of open space that was unnecessary. And the giant holes fucking sucked. All right? It's part of Majula. It counts. It sucks. I think it is the best hub. No. I don't even think it's the best hub, actually. I think Elden Ring has a better hub. Nope. Actually, I think Dark Souls 1. Firelink Shrine is a better hub, and Elden Ring is a better hub. But Firelink Shrine is the best hub. I said it. But Majula, 18. Moved on to the Forest of Fallen Giants. The Forest of Fallen Giants kind of sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I'll be honest with you, I think it's a staple. I think it's a staple for every other area. The only place that kind of sucks about Forest of Fallen Giants is when you have to deal with the goddamn fire lizards. Fuck those guys. Those guys suck, and I hate them. But other than them, I think it's very standard. I think it has a cool thing with the Pursuer when you first encounter it. When he drops off on the Falcon, I think that's pretty cool. It has some areas for you to explore. I think that's cool. I think it's very standard and generic. We're going to put it in B. Hyde's Tower of Flame. C tier. There's nothing special about this place. The only thing you could argue is there is options for you to pull a lever to make the boss fight bigger. But most of the time people don't do that because they want the Dragon Rider to fall off the map anyway. It's very small. It doesn't really have much going for it. There's no exploration. It's not really much of a pathway. It's more of like a stopgap. It's like one of those towns that you go by to get like gas or maybe Burger King or McDonald's, but you don't really take time to understand, oh, what is the history of this place? Oh, this place is cool. It's some cool shop. No one gives a fuck about this place. Hyde's Tower of Flame, more like Hyde's Tower of Pit Stop. Moving on to No Man's Wharf. So, I like the ship. I like the interweaving paths. But there's guys sniping you from across the map. It's dark as fuck. You can fall into the water, which is really annoying. It does have like a little bit of a shortcut, but that's kind of annoying. Dark Souls location tier list, yes sir, is entirely optional. True, and it is entirely optional. Which you can argue for Tower of Flame as well. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. C tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think No Man's Wharf. While it's not miserable, I think it's mid. I think it's not. I would say this: if it is an area that I do not go back to, it's probably going to be in C tier. If I'm actively complaining about it and never going to it, then probably D tier. I'm not really complaining if I go to No Man's Wharf or Hyde's Tower of Flame or Things Betwixt, but I don't really go back to it. Things Betwixt is an argument, actually, because you have to go back to do the silky drops with the balls so you can get different gear. But that's more of like a mechanical function than you actually enjoying the area. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Yes, sir, Tim. We're doing tier list. The Lost Bastille. I actually like the Lost Bastille. Yes, it's kind of annoying in some areas, but I like the atmosphere. I like the coloring. There's a lot of discoverability paths. You got interweaving sections. You got... I like the Lost Bastille. I think they did a really good job with the Lost Bastille. Yeah, there's some annoying areas. I don't like the farting zombies. They're kind of fucking annoying. But it's very intricate. I don't know about the torch trope in my first playthrough, so I had a hell of a time with No Man's Wharf. Yeah, I mean, I never used the torch trope either, Tim. I'll be real honest with you. But I don't really care. The only thing I like about the No Man's Wharf is you summon a pirate ship and you ride it. I think that's sick. I think that's the only time you actually ride a ship in a Souls game, and I think that's sick. Same with lighting up the Lost Sinner. You don't really need to do it, but I like that. I do like the complexity of that. Like, it has so many little things about it. So I like it. I like Lost Bastille. I think it's great. I think it's dope. I think it's A tier. Belfry Luna. Okay, I mean, it's basic. You have the Undead Parish, and you have the Undead Burg, and you have the Undead Parish. Everyone thinks Undead Parish is the Undead Burg, whereas like the Cathedral and the Gargoyles, because it's such a small section and it weaves so neatly into the first area. So, Belfry Luna, that's just fucking the Lost Bastille. So, I mean, just put it in C tier. It just piggybacks off this. You know, it's like just like a small little thing. Same argument for Hyde's Tower of Flame, to be honest with you. Huntsman Corpse. I think aesthetically, this is my second or third favorite place. Actually, it's up there. I won't say that. Huntsman Corpse. I'm going to put it in B tier. It doesn't stand out to me like the Lost Bastille, but I never hate going here, and I love the backdrop, especially with the lighting mod that we have. It looks gorgeous. I don't really hate the area. Yeah, I'll put it in B. Like, the only reason I go to Huntsman Corpse at this point is just for my transmog entries. Huntsman Corpse sucks. Does it, though? I don't think it sucks. I mean, there's something about it that I hate. Somehow Carr knows how... Yeah, she's doing pretty good. Has no knowledge of Souls games except my playthroughs. I'm putting it in B. I think it's alright. I don't necessarily hate it. I think it's alright. Harvest Valley, and by extension, Earthen Peak. Alright. So here we go. Harvest Valley is annoying, Corpse wasn't terrible, but it was one of those more ganky areas. That is true. Yes, it was very ganky. Harvest Valley. It's just a straight shot, but you have to deal with a lot of fucking poison clouds. I think it sucks. I think it's lame. I think it's boring. Mid. I don't like going there. Earthen Peak. Worst. Because of those fucking Naruto ripoff sons of bitches with no headgear. Oh, what's up, Andrew? What's up? We're doing a tier list of Dark Souls 2 locations. Not only that, there's gank squads. The gank squads suck here. It has the worst of corpse, huntsman corpse, while also being just a terrible area in general. There's a lot of fucking poison, but not good poison. There's a pit drops where you can go. The bonfire placements kind of suck here. If you don't burn the wheel, it's going to suck fighting a Medusa. It just sucks. I don't like Earthen Peak. I never come back to Earthen Peak unless I need to get gear or I need to find an item. But this place sucks. I hate Earthen Peak. This place, fuck Earthen Peak. I don't think it's the worst area in Souls games, but I don't like Earthen Peak. Fuck this area. Iron Keep. The best PvP area. I actually like Iron Keep. I hate the boss, but I like the area. I think there's enough to explore. It's bona fide. The bridge is the best PvP area. The only thing I don't like about it is the number of enemies that will Bonnie Blue you. If it had less enemies, I would like it more. But I think it's spacious enough, it's intricate enough, aesthetically pleasing enough that I think I'm going to put it in A tier. I like Iron Keep. Iron Keep stands out to me. You can argue about putting in B, and I wouldn't disagree with you, but I think I'm going to put it in A. What puts me to A is it's a great PvP area. Belfry Soul. Hey, where do we put the last one? C tier? It's just, when you think of Iron Keep, you also include this area. Belfry Soul, whatever. We're just going to put in C tier, move on. Grave of Saints. This is the area that you take the pit hole in Majula down, and you have to navigate through to get to the Black Gulch. It does have the Rat Covenant. It does have the Rat Authority boss, which kind of sucks. I mean, it's not the worst thing in Nord, but it's kind of annoying. But it's C tier. I don't like it. I don't go in here. I'm just going to put it in C tier. Nothing's great about it. The Gutter. Wow, there's a lot of areas I do not like. There's a lot of areas I don't like now that I'm looking at it. C tier. This place sucks. Do I want to put this in D tier, though, is the question. It sucks navigating through it. Of course, I did it from memory, so I didn't have to light up the torches. I was pretty sure where to go. But for a newcomer, this is probably the worst area. More than Black Gulch. I hate Black Gulch more, but I'm able to navigate it without needing a torch or anything, just because I know where I'm going. So I think it puts it in C. But if you're new to this game, absolutely D tier. The Gutter fucking sucks. It's basically take the worst thing about Blight Town, which is the beginning portion. If you don't take the shortcut in the back where you have a lot of pitfalls, you can fall, very janky areas, you're gonna fall, rickety, but then you strip all vision. Imagine saying, hey, let's take a game that probably has one of the worst platforming mechanics ever, put it in a platforming area, and take away vision. You know, when you... And throw in some poison spitballing pain of the ass fucking statues that will poison you. Because why not? Yeah, the Gutter's actually D. Fuck that. I think the Gutter's actually the worst area. Even more than Shrine of Amonim. I'm saying it, I think the Gutter sucks. I hate the Gutter. I love going through the Gutter. Ugh. Black Gulch, also D tier. I think the Gutter is worse than Black Gulch. Yes, there's a lot of poison shit here. Yeah. I know that's kind of annoying, but you can just kind of roll through it. If you get poisoned, it's not the worst thing in the world. However, those hand freaks are kind of annoying. Those uncircumcised penises coming out of the wall, the giant worms that smack you around, kind of sucks. I think you get invaded like twice by some random NPCs. It's not the greatest thing in the world. If you don't do the second bonfire, kind of sucks. The boss, the Rotten, really fucking sucks. And it's a small area with no intricacy. There's nothing to discover. Actually, I take that back. It does have the giants that you do go over. I will give merit to that, actually. But I still think it sucks. I hate this area. Fuck this place. The gutter, more like the break stop. Bathroom area that no one cleans up. No one has cleaned up. Have you ever been to you're driving to somewhere and you take a break, doing a pit stop, and there's shit in the toilet already with piss stains on the seat? That's the Black Gulch. The gutter just has a shit instead of piss. Put shit. That's the gutter. The gutter and the Black Gulch are worse. There's absolutely least favorite boss. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, moving on. Shaded Woods. I didn't mind the Shaded Woods, actually. I think the Shaded Woods is B. I think it's fine. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but I do like the aspect of it being foggy. Does it have the other area? No. So the Shaded Wood also includes the next area, it looks like. Okay, so if that's including the next area, yeah, because if it's just the woods where it's foggy, you can put that down. But if it includes the entire area, no, I think it's B tier. I think it's fine. I don't hate it. It's kind of annoying with some of the curse areas and the invisible fucking dudes. The dagger guys fucking suck. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. B. Doors of Pharos. I love the aesthetic of this place. I think it's cool. The concept is really cool. We have a lot of lockstones in the area, but I'll be honest with you, it's pretty much pointless. It's more of like you just pass and go. I'm gonna put it in B tier just because aesthetically I do think it's cool. But you could argue about putting it in C. Blindstone Cove. Put him in B. We're gonna put that in B tier. It's aight. Spiders are kind of annoying. It's got some interesting interweaving paths, I guess. It kind of has like that town feel. When a Souls game does a successful town feel, I think they do a really good job. I think they didn't do a good job in this one, to be honest with you. But yeah. The going to Free Day was pretty good. Duke's favorite Free Day or whatever. I think that was pretty cool. We're gonna put in B tier. You could argue C tier, but the run back isn't that bad. Boss is okay. Enemies are fine. There's some annoying ones, the mages, but I think it's B. Drag Lake Castle. There's no bonfire at the beginning of Drag Lake Castle, first and foremost. So you have to basically, if you die, go back to Shaded Woods until you find the next bonfire. That fucking sucks. How are the enemies? You do get gangbanged pretty hard by the enemies here. There's that area where you have to kill all those fucking guys to open up those doors. That kind of sucked. There's a lot of corrosive, surprising amount of high corrosive stuff here. The twin dragon riders kind of suck. But I think the place is cool, though. Like, aesthetically, it does look pretty cool. Let me think about all the other castle designs. Anor Londo's castle. I think Drag Lake Castle is actually, weirdly enough, a better design. Elden Ring obviously is way better. Dark Souls 3 is better. I'm gonna put in B tier. You know, I will say this aesthetically, this could be A tier. You could even maybe put S tier. But what's holding it back is some of the placements, like the bonfires, the enemies, the bullshit, bad boss. Like the going to the mirror night was so cool, dude. Thematically was so cool. It's raining outside and everything. Oh, it's so good. It's being held back. And then when you meet the queen's face was awesome. Yeah, fuck that bitch. That's the type of hoe that you warn your buddies about, and then he gets her pregnant, and you're like, well, fuck. Shrine of Amana. So I know a lot of people hate this place, and understandably, it is fucking annoying. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it looks beautiful. I like the music. I love the humming in the background. I would put it A if it wasn't for the amount of fucking gangbangs that you get, dude. Holy, I think this is the worst out of all of them. Because I'm actually trying to tell you big facts. But I'm gonna put it in B. It's gorgeous enough and ironically stands out enough. I'm gonna put it in B, but it's frustrating enough that I can't go past it. Shrine of Amana is the worst area. Really? Let me look at. I think Garter's worse. Black Ghost is worse. I think Earthen Peak is worse. Grave of Saints. It's not as interesting. I think Shrine of Amana is worse than Grave of Saints. Harvest Valley, No Man's Wharf. I do think it's worse in terms of difficulty due to the amount of fuckery it does, but I do think it's a way prettier place, and I think it looks gorgeous, and it stands out more to me than those. So we're talking about straight up bullshit and frustration. I would put it lower. But I like the area. I actually like the area. And we did die a few times, but that was mostly me just being overeager, and it wasn't that bad. Undead Crypt. Same thing as Shrine of Amana. I hate the enemies here, but it doesn't look visually as appealing and isn't as appealing as Shrine of Amana. So basically, take Shrine of Amana, the only thing good about it, and take that away. Now, it is kind of cool in an aspect that it's Undead Crypt, but yeah, it's boring as fuck. It's just a fill of joking enemies and then a fuck ton of corrosive shit at the middle point bonfire. Oh yeah, there was that corrosive guy, wasn't it? I didn't get my stuff corroded by it, so I totally forgot about that. The next area after that corrosive fucking sucks, though. I will agree with you on that. You know, I think you convinced me. I think you convinced me. Yeah, I forgot about that area. I forgot about Acid or Corrosive, that giant fuck ring of like enemies everywhere and getting shot by a million darts everywhere right before the boss. You're right on that. Actually, I think you're right. You convinced me. Amana is just punishing for faster players, which is why I most hate it. You take your time, you can do it, but it takes too long to make. Yeah, I will agree. I definitely agree. This is definitely punishing just in a different aspect, but the problem is the punishing isn't appealing. It's just frustrating. I think, yeah, I'm going to put it in C. Aldia's Keep. I actually like Aldia's Keep. I think Aldia's Keep is actually really fucking cool. I'm going to put that bitch in A tier. I think it's cool, dude. I like Aldia's Keep. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff about it. The fucking dragon that comes down, that's cool if you do all the fires. You got that little door thing. You get to see all the experiments. You get to see everyone trapped in those cages. The only thing that could put this up to S tier is if it was bigger. If it was like Drag Castle size, or even Iron Keep size, I would put that higher. But it is pretty small. I would have liked to see more experiments and stuff in a bigger area, but I feel like what it has going for it, I would put in A tier. Dragon Airy. Fuck this place, dude. I fucking hate this garbage. Fuck this place, dude. I hate it. This is more of a personal gripe. I think most people are going to put that in C tier, but I hate this place. I think this place I died the most. I think I died the most in this place. I fucking hate this place. Oh my god. I hated this fucking place. You'll fall a lot. You have to navigate a lot. There's a NPC in there that fucking sucks. It's boring as fuck. It's a bunch of rocks, and you fight lizards. That's it. I fucking hate this place. This place sucks. Literally, again, this is a truck stop, and not even a good truck stop for Dragon Shrine. I hate this place. I think it's stupid. Dragon Shrine. I'll put it in B. Dragon Shrine should be higher, but it just doesn't have that much going for it, to be honest with you, Chief. It's cool, but I don't like it. It just needed more. It needed more. Actually, like the Dragon Airy and Sculler. Actually, think of like the Draglayic Castle, but without the dopeness, and it being as big. That's where I'm in with that. I actually like the Dragon Airy and the Scholar Edition. Really, I don't know, dude. I fucking hated that one. I didn't like it, though. I will admit, I do think people will disagree with me on that one, and and that's fine. That's fine. Dragon. See, we got two people who think it's actually good. This is the point of tier list. You know, we express opinions, and apparently I'm in the minority, and that's fine. Dark Chasm of Old. Oh, fuck this place. This place sucks. You know why? Because for some goddamn reason, they make pitfalls that you can't just walk over. You have to do a running jump over, and then continue forward, while you could still fall and die to all these other NPCs that are in there. This place sucks. It's boring. It's dark. It's just a bunch of rock. I think it's lame as fuck. I hate this place. It's actually, you know what? I will say this. Maybe I'll put it in C because I actively hated the others. I guess I didn't actively hate it besides that one initial jump, I guess. But no, I am putting it in D. You know why? Because if you die, you have to use a human effigy to get back in there. So you have to use precious material you need to even go back and access it. So I'm going to put that. That is the reason why I put that in D tier. I actually didn't do the other memories, so I'm going to be fair with these. I'm not going to judge these. I'm just going to do the giant one that you have to do to fight the giant lord. I think it's C. There's not much going there, and it doesn't. I mean, actually, you know what? I am going to put it in B. There's not much to go about it. You go in there and you fight the giant. But what I like about this place is I think this is one of the only places out of the whole FromSoft universe that actually has an ongoing war-like scene. I like that. Caelid kind of does that, but that's more of like the remnants of like not Radagon. I can't even fucking say his name. It's the remnants of the Redmanes fighting other people. But what I like about it, again, it shows an active war scene going on. Imagine we did Godric's castle while it was being sieged in Elden Ring. That would be sick. That feels like I'm participating in an active event in a Souls game. And this is the first time, and I think the only time they've ever done that, besides the other memories, but I didn't really do the other memories. I will give credit where credit is due and put there. Everything else I hate. I don't hate, it's just bland. But I gotta give credit where credit is due, and I do think that is cool. Throne of Wands. I think the Throne of Wands is cool. And I think the walk to the throne is really dope. But it's a very small area. It's a very short area. I think Killing of the First Flame looks better. Throne of Wands is still good, but it's just a small ass area. And mid. Alright, we're getting to the DLCs area, boys. First and foremost, the Sanctum City. The architecture here is phenomenal. I love the draw distance of seeing this Aztec-like building in the distance and the little bit of passages you can do to get over there. There's a theory that the Lost Giant is a giant lord that you beat in memory, which is why he's angry. Yes, I've read that theory. That is true. I have read that. I don't really think it's valid because you do kill him to take his soul, but I can see the argument. Sabala's Sanctum City. I like I said, I think it's good. Area kind of fucking sucks though. I don't like the area. Aesthetically, you could put this higher, but what's drawing it down is the enemies kind of suck fighting. I think they have way too much poise. And once you get into the dragon saying, oh god, that's terrible. I fucking hate that. But aesthetically, I would put this higher, but it's being dragged down by the enemies that are in it. I hate it. I hate the navigating, and some of the puzzles kind of suck. And there's not a lot of exploration. There is some, just not a lot. I'm gonna put it in B. Dragon Sanctum, it's worse than Sanctum City. I hated this place. I think it sucks. And having to find the corpses of those knights and just avoid them until you find the corpses to blow them up kind of sucked. I didn't like that. And the bonfire situation sucks as well. In Dragon Sanctum. Did not like that. Moving on. Broom Tower. I think the Broom Tower actually is pretty cool. Again, aesthetically, really good. I will give you a spoiler. I think all the areas aesthetically are amazing in Elden or Dark Souls 2's DLC. I think I'm just going to put it in A. I actually do like it. I think I like Broom Tower. I like it. It's kind of annoying, some of the that chick that comes out that does stuff and you have to use the iron wedge to break it. But I like it. I still like it. I enjoyed it. I think Broom Tower was nice. I like it. It's basically Iron Keep. But longer. The only thing holding it back is I really didn't like some of the enemy placement, some of the stuff, but I don't know, now that I think about it. Is it S tier? I don't know. You know what? Seeing this list also, I'm going to put Majula in S tier, actually. Because I was judging Majula based literally on all Souls games. Even though I said I wasn't going to do that. Majula based on Dark Souls as a premise in itself. Yeah, I think Majula is just better than all of this. I think I'm going to put Majula. I still have my quirks about it, but compared to everything within the confines of Dark Souls 2, I think it's S tier. Cave of the Dead. C. Arguably D. I don't like this area. It fucking sucks. I never did it, but I didn't want to do it. It's just gank squads. Gank squads and rocks. You know what I hate? Rocks. You know what I hate? Gank squads. When you combine the two, it fucking sucks. Actually, you know what? Fuck this place. D tier. Fuck this place. It's stupid and I hate it. Iron Passage, I don't remember. I think that's just an extension of Broom Tower. We're just gonna put it in B. I'm not sure how far that extends. Iron Passage. I just think Broom's Towers, the entirety of it. The Frozen Fleece Lois? No, Elune Lois. S tier. I think this is the best area out of all of Dark Souls 2. Aesthetically, I think it's sick. I think there's enough paths, interweaving paths, because you have to find the other knights, that it's intricate. Some of the enemies fucking suck, especially when you kill them to put the souls into the golems, but you could just not kill them and it'd be fine. But I think it's fair. I think the bonfire placement is fair. I like this place. I love this place. I think this place is gorgeous. I might be a little bit biased on this one, but S tier, you have to be a little bit biased, to be honest with you. They did a good job in a lot of the DLCs in terms of aesthetic, and I think this is just the best aesthetic. I like this area. I think it's great. And it has the best character. Old Chaos. All right, so... again, that's such a small area. That's literally a boss room. It's just a boss room. And that's part of the Frozen Lois DLC. I mean, if we're doing individually, I mean, that's just not really fair. I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. But it's such a small area. I have to judge it by itself. Same with the outskirts. I don't think that's fair. I guess outskirts I put in C because it's just a frozen tundra. And this actually still looks cool. I guess I'll put it in B, I guess. But I include those areas both in here, to be fair. Memory of the Old King. Again, that's the same. I include it with Broom Tower, though that's when you interact with the armor piece of Aloin. I forget how to say his name. You go back in time and you do the boss fight, which has the worst run back, I think, in Dark Souls 2. Arguably. I have to think about that one, but I think everyone can agree at least top 3. Out of all Souls games, no. I still think the Firebed Bed of Chaos is worse, but it sucks. It does suck. Again, I mean, I don't like this area. I put it in C, but I'm including it in Broom Tower. All right, and that is the placement, boys. That is the tier list of all the Dark Souls 2 locations. I hope you like this video. Hit that like and subscribe if you like this video. If you want me to do a tier list or talk about Souls, other stuff, let me know. We have a Discord. Click the link to join the Discord. Come join the Souls family. I got a guy in here earlier named Tim. You see his name on screen. He said his penis grew 3 inches after joining. Not gonna lie, and I'm gonna end the stream before he says anything to denounce that. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Peace. All right, that's the end of the video. And I ended it before you could say anything, Tim. Take that. Some people might say that that's not fair, but you know what I say? Get good, scrub. Get goddamn good. All right. Tim, I hope you had an enjoyable first time experience here. I hope you had fun with the stream. Again, I do Monday through Friday. I stayed a little bit, 30 minutes over. So I usually end at 7, but we were in the middle of a tier list. I probably shouldn't have done that tier list, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. I'm going to hop off. I hope you had an enjoyable experience. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving me a chance participating. And I hope to see you more around. I'll talk to you on the Discord, dude. Salty, Cow, Monster, Bernard, Dr. K, Lewis, everyone, you know, you guys know, everyone, you get it. Thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out with me. I'm gonna talk to you all guys later.